Good morning, USA.
Yo 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 yo.
Good morning, Angela Yee.
Good morning, DJ MV.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is?
Hump day.
Good morning. What's happening?
That's right. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. Good morning to you. How y'all feeling out there? How y'all feeling?
Blessed, black, and highly favored. How you feeling, my brother?
I'm feeling great. How was your consultation yesterday? You went to the
blessed, beige, and highly favored.
No, I'm blessed, black, and highly favored. But yesterday you was telling me you had a consultation about, your colonoscopy. How did that go?
Well, this not gonna make any sense because we got Freddie Gibbs on the show today. So and might as well tell everybody we recorded it yesterday, and we said that during the Freddie Gibbs conversation. Envy.
Oh, I didn't remember. I was just concerned with your butt and how everything was.
Because you just woke up. That's why you didn't remember. But yes, I was supposed to have a colonoscopy consultation yesterday, but the doctor had an emergency, so it got rescheduled to next week. But yes, next week I'm having a colonoscopy consultation. I thought you had yours yesterday too.
I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so clearly we didn't go to the same doctor.
No, we didn't go to the same doctor yesterday. But yeah, no, I had my consultation yesterday. They had to do a little bit of everything. I don't know about you, but they have to do blood work and had to go through my physical and everything. So it was they had to do all that yesterday, and they made an appointment. And I'm not telling you what the date is because you try to do it together with me. And I think it'd be pretty cool if me and you went and did our colonoscopies together. We filmed it.
Man.
When we killed the steg.
I don't do that corny stuff. I don't do corny stuff.
Why not?
Like
That's not corny.
Because a colonoscopy is something that I believe everybody should get, especially when you get to a certain age. I'm 44 years old.
We should kill a stigma.
But I'm not with all that performative recording things.
It's not performative, but it's something that's healthy, that we're killing the stigma. A lot of people don't do that.
I do work with the colonoscopy alliance. No, I don't have to.
All right, I'm scared. Do you want to go with me? I'm scared. Do you want to go with me?
No, I don't. Actually, no, I'm fine.
Right. Just asking. What up, Yee?
Salute to the Collectoral Cancer Alliance. Okay.
Good morning, DJ MV.
I know he's like, I have 15 days before I get up out of this bitch.
I'm just saying, like, that's the type of stuff I got. I do actual work with the Collectoral Cancer Alliance. Okay, I've done commercials for them and campaigns with them.
Me too. I did commercials with them.
I'm not recording myself going to get a colonoscopy consultation and putting it on the gram. I'm not doing that. I don't knock nobody who does. I'm not doing that.
I think we should go together. Remember how Anthony Anderson went and showed the procedure to kill a stigma? I think me and you should go together. Two brothers, one from the South, one from the North. We go together and we show that we can do things together as brothers, black brothers.
I'm telling everybody I'm going. I got a consultation. I was supposed to have a consultation yesterday. Got one next week. Okay? Everybody should go out there and get checked because I know you might be afraid to have somebody probing in your butt, but would you rather have somebody probing your butt or be dead? Simple as that to me.
All right, well, let's get the show cracking. Freddie Gibbs will be joining us this morning. Yeah, Freddie Gibbs has a new album out right now.
Yeah, it's called Sold Separately.
Sold Separately.
That's right. And there's a lot going on with Freddie Gibbs, so we're going to chop it up with him next hour. And we got front page news. What we talking about, Yeezy?
All right, well, Joe Biden was on with Jake Tapper. We'll tell you one thing that he said about Russia invading Ukraine, and what he thinks about Vladimir Putin. Is he losing his mind, or is he sane?
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now, last night, Yankees beat the Guardians 4-1. That's the Cleveland Guardians, right? They used to be the Indians, the Cleveland Guardians. So they won the first game of the playoffs. Now, what else we got, Yeezy?
Well, it's approaching 8 months since Russia invaded Ukraine, and Joe Biden sat down and did an interview with CNN with Jake Tapper. And here's what he had to say about their president, Putin.
Do you think Putin is a rational actor?
I think he is a rational actor who's miscalculated significantly. I think he thought, you may recall, I pointed out that they were going to invade, that all those 100,000 or more troops there, and no one believed that he was going to invade Ukraine. You listen to what he says after, when that decision was being made. He talked about the whole idea of he was needed to be the leader of Russia that united all the Russian speakers. I mean, I think he thought he was going to be welcomed with open arms. That this has been the home of Mother Russia in Kyiv, and he was going to be welcomed. And I think he just totally miscalculated.
Right, he said that he believes that Putin wrongly thought Ukrainians would submit to Russian invasion, and that was a complete misjudgment. There's been fierce resistance inside the country.
So we haven't heard about it. The media's moved on, it seems like. That's the first time I heard somebody mention Russia or Ukraine on that level in a while.
All right, now he also talked about possible criminal charges against his son, Hunter Biden. This is the first time he has addressed his son's exposure to possible criminal charges, and that is for allegedly lying on a gun purchase application. He purchased a gun during a time in which he has now acknowledged he was struggling with drug addiction, and now he's under federal criminal investigation. Federal law does require, if you're purchasing a gun, you have to attest that you aren't using or addicted to illegal drugs. Here is what Joe Biden had to say about that.
I'm proud of my son. He got hooked on drugs. He's overcome that. He's established a new life. I'm confident that what he says and does are consistent with what happens. For example, he wrote a book about his problems. He came along and said, by the way, this thing about a gun, I didn't know anything about it, but turns out that when he made an application to purchase a gun, you get asked the question, are you on drugs? You use drugs? He said no. And he wrote about saying no in his book. So I have great confidence in my son. I love him, and he's on the straight and narrow, and he has been for a couple of years now, and I'm just so proud of him.
Well, we saw Hunter Biden on video smoking crack with a prostitute. We saw that. But what I don't understand is why even put that announcement out if you're not going to lock him up? Like the Fed said they gathered what they believe is sufficient evidence to charge him with tax crimes and a false statement related to a gun purchase, but they're deciding whether to file charges. Man, that political white privilege so real. Imagine being black and the Feds have evidence to charge you, but they got to decide whether to file charges.
You tell on yourself. You told them. Like, they don't need evidence. I said I was addicted to drugs and I lied.
Well, I mean, I think none of these are drug crimes, though. They want to charge him. They got evidence to charge him with tax crimes and a false statement related to a gun purchase. The video of him smoking crack with the prostitute was something totally different.
No. That's because he lied. But then in the book, he was the truthful. He said he lied on the app and he was really hooked to drugs and he knew it was and he still got the gun anyway. Didn't she say?
Oh, I never read the book. I've never read that in the book. I don't know. Not to mention, whatever happened to the raid on Mar-a-Lago? Remember the raid that happened on Mar-a-Lago? Clearly, they didn't have anything on Trump either. Or what they thought they had wasn't enough. Or the political white privilege I just spoke about is really real. Because what happened to that?
Yeah.
All right, well, that is your front page. I thought you were going to close it out.
No, how's your front page news? Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up right now. Again, the phone lines are wide open. 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
So you better have the same energy.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Dee. I'm calling from the Bronx. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Get it off your chest,
how are
mama.
you?
I just want to get something off my chest. I want to piggyback off of what Charlamagne was saying about the news just covering things and then it just stops like it's still not going on. You know, people forget about the contaminated water in Mississippi, the water crisis in Flint, Michigan. A lot of things that are still going on in the United States, and the news just covers it for a little while and then stops, and people forget about it, and there's the real issues still going on, you know?
That's real.
Absolutely right.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, so that's all I wanted to say, really.
Appreciate you, Queen. Thank you.
Have a good one, mama. Hello, who's this?
Envy, what's up, Envy?
Hey, what's up, Trav?
Yee.
Hey, Trav. What's up, boo?
What's up, Sar? How you?
Peace, sis. They giving you hell in Philly this week because they know our Cowboys coming to bust them cheeks this weekend.
Oh, my goodness. My cousins have been getting on my nerves. But I'm calling to talk about the NFL Giants real quick. I just want to say good morning to Darnay Holmes. They had them beautiful cheeks hanging out on the field. Okay. I hope he has
What was going on?
I hope he has a blessed day today. That man was double T. That man had a fatty. Jesus, y'all see it?
All right, Trav.
We did see it, but what were they doing?
He had a cramp in his side, so they were trying to roll the cramp out.
Okay.
Why he had to have his ass out like that though? They don't got no tent they can put you under.
Listen, he was super thick though. I wasn't
all
mad
right,
at it.
Trav.
Like,
all right, don't sexualize my Giants now.
That was kind of like soft porn though. I'm not gonna lie, that was soft porn right there, bro.
I almost recruited him to the Cowboys. That thing was good.
All right, Trav.
Brokeback Mountain.
Listen, on top of that, I wanted to say this on Monday, but Envy was mad over me and Charlamagne bonding about our Cowboys. He hung up on me. But I went to Charlamagne's Mental Wealth Expo this weekend, and that's what I say, Sean, I'm so proud of you, man. Like, just watching the way that you have evolved and the person that you have become, man, and like the things that you do. I love watching your growth, bro.
Whoa.
I appreciate it. You love watching my growth as much as you love watching Holmes' ass?
Whoa.
You know what? That's why I don't but goodbye.
What? I want to know how much he loves watching the growth after
he just talked about the guy's ass. And then went right to you. Woo.
But nah, thank you, Trav. I did see Trav. I forgot I saw Trav this weekend. I did see Trav, man, at the second annual Mental Wealth Expo. Thank you for coming out, Trav.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
I'm dialing. Hey, what you doing, man? I'm dialing. I'm calling you.
This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, what up? This is Alley Cat from Brooklyn. What up?
What up, brother? Get it off your chest.
Happening?
Oh man, I heard y'all talking about the subject like a couple weeks ago, and
what's the subject?
I just want to say the subject is basically I'm having sex with my cousin.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
First cousin, second cousin, third cousin.
Huh?
Oh, I thought you were making a confession.
First cousin. First of all, I want to say good morning to you guys. Basically, I'm sorry about that, but yeah, I just
I don't know if I want to say good
guys
morning
felt
back
about
yet.
that.
I got to hear the story.
Nah, we've been having sex since we were in our teens, and still
With
doing
your
it
first
now.
cousin?
And the first cousin, yeah, yeah, and it's
how does the rest of the family feel about that?
Nobody knows about it. Nobody knows. Just me and her, and that's it. And
first cousins is incest, bro.
That's kind of crazy, bro.
First cousins is incest. You know,
Yeah,
and there's an approximately 2 to 3% chance that your child will be born with a birth defect, genetic syndrome, or some type of disability.
Yeah, I kind of figured that, but there's no chance that we're gonna have children. That's a no-no. You know,
Well, if you guys are having sex, there is a chance.
Yeah.
And wouldn't that be like y'all second cousin, third cousin?
Huh?
Wouldn't y'all child be like y'all cousin too? Wouldn't your child be related to y'all in some way?
Yeah, but no, there's no possibility of having children. No doubt. There's no doubt. There's no doubt about that. It's just, you know, I'm just.
What are you calling us this morning for, sir? What are you trying to tell us, sir? What are you saying? I just want to know what you hope to gain from this conversation.
I don't know what to gain from it. I don't know, you know, what to think or anything. I'm just saying.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not here to judge you, brother. Yeah. I'm not here to judge you at all. That's what makes you happy in life, you know. And if every time you have sex as a family reunion, do your thing.
Are you dating anyone else though?
No, but she is married.
All right.
Oh my God.
That's enough. Okay, you have a good one, sir.
At the family reunion, this is who I'm screwing. This is who I'm screwing.
Hello, who's this?
Hello, this is Whitney from Hampton.
Hey,
Whitney.
HU757. Good morning. Get it off your chest.
I gotta say it because my best friend, she got a kid that's in elementary school, and that's fine and dandy. And I'm an educator, so I'm a teacher, and so her daughter had a homework assignment about Columbus. And I understand, you know, we all don't agree on what Columbus did. We feel like he done stole the land and did.
Ain't no feel like he did. Columbus was a murderous tyrant.
He
what
was
are you talking
an
about?
absolutely horrible person. But guess what? As a teacher, we don't choose the curriculum. We don't get to choose what homework assignments they do. So I told her, I said, listen,
You let her do the homework assignment. Let her hear what they got to say. Whatever. And when she come home, I said, that's on you to go ahead and let her know what the truth is. That's not for them to teach that.
She shouldn't have to do that assignment if it's a lie.
Yeah, and if they ask y'all to teach about Christopher Columbus in school, why can't you just tell the truth? Why can't you pose the question, why do we even celebrate Columbus Day? And then, explain to the kids why he was a murderer, tyrant, and scoundrel. Why can't you tell the truth about Columbus?
I completely agree. But guess what? We're not teaching Columbus Day. We consider it to be Indigenous Day. And we still not teaching about that. And that really bothers me. Because if we're going to celebrate a holiday and y'all going to change the name of a holiday and y'all going to say that we support it and stuff like that. With all that being said, it's like, girl, come on. Like, we just got to get your kids to do your homework assignments. It's bad enough we got kids out here failing and doing the most because parents don't want to do the job, but it's bad enough. Like, come on now. We need these kids to succeed. We really do.
Yeah,
I'm tired of calling parents because children are failing because they choose not to do their homework assignment because, my mama said I ain't have to do this homework assignment. Well, it's not your mama's choice because it's not your mama's choice if you got to graduate or not. You got to graduate.
True. One day somebody's going to make a mini series or a movie about Christopher Columbus, and it's going to be more disturbing than the Jeffrey Dahmer mini series.
Well, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. We got rumors on the way?
Yes, and we're talking about marriage and divorce. We'll tell you what couple is getting divorced, but we'll also tell you who got married recently.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
Well, Flavor Flav is celebrating almost 2 years sober from alcohol. He stopped using hard drugs nearly 14 years ago, and then he got rid of other harmful substances from his life after that. But he has struggled with drug addiction for at least 18 years. So he posted on Twitter, 2 years sober next week. Your boy Flav is not alone in this journey. Thanks to God and family and friends that support me.
Dropping the blues bombs for Flavor Flav. That's a beautiful thing. Salute to everybody out there celebrating, some form of sobriety. Salute to y'all, man.
Mm-hmm. Now, Chingy recently did an exclusive interview with Hip Hop DX, and one thing that he talked about was the fact that even though he had that whole song about the Holiday Inn, they never gave him anything for free. Here's what he said.
Do I get free rooms at the Holiday Inn for life? No! Holiday Inn wouldn't even, we tried to work with them when I came out with that song. I'm pretty sure I made them millions. They wouldn't work with us.
Because you could have chosen the Hilton.
Like,
you could have done Best Western.
I know, right? I used to literally, that song is true. We used to kick it at the Holiday Inn. We used to throw parties there. Play dominoes, play spades, drinking and smoking and shit. We really used to do that. And so we just wrote a song about it, but they didn't mess with us. Later on in life, like 2011, got the young lady's name, but we met somebody. She was like the new marketing at Holiday Inn and wanted to work with me on some stuff, but then she ended up leaving, and so it was attempts being made, but nah.
Well, if the team reached out, clearly the Holiday Inn didn't need it. Holiday Inn probably was like, thank you for the free publicity, but
pretty much.
We already the Holiday Inn. We didn't need that. You rapping about us because we the Holiday Inn. We didn't ask you to rap about us. He should have found like a smaller brand hotel that needed the publicity at the time. They would have definitely loved that.
I guess when he did it, he said they really were always going to the Holiday Inn. How many artists have gotten endorsements? I'm trying to think. I know at first Run DMC didn't have Adidas, and then they got it. Is that correct?
Yeah, they got Adidas later on. But you also got to think he didn't know the song was gonna blow up or not. He just did the song, and then it just took off.
Yeah, that's true. I will say most of these artists give out free publicity, though. I mean, how many of these high designer
Air Force Ones
clothes and these high priced liquors? How many of them are really even giving these people free product? Forget an endorsement deal, just free product. Period.
When Nelly got
Remember
the deal
Pastor Courvoisier?
Yeah, but I think they got a deal after though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and sometimes it does work that way, right? You talk about something organic that you really do or really use, and then the company's like, hey, let's get you a check. And sometimes they don't. All right, now ex-NBA player Ben Gordon has been arrested after allegedly striking his 10-year-old son at the airport. This was at LaGuardia. And following the incident, he was waiting for a flight to Chicago. Port Authority police prevented him from getting on the flight, and they handcuffed him. This was on Monday at 8:45 p.m. at night. They said his son was escorted then by an aunt and taken to a Long Island Jewish Children's Hospital for evaluation. He is awaiting charges pending against him. And they said the two officers who were part of the arrest received minor injuries, but reports don't state how or where they were injured.
I need more details on this story. Now, did he, like hit him on some discipline stuff, or like what was it?
I'm not sure, but then I seen a report that he said it was a Karen and she was lying and that he never hit her. So it's a bunch of different reports.
I saw, some reports were saying that he punched his 10-year-old son in the face, and then the charges came after. One was for resisting arrest, because allegedly there were some injuries to the officers trying to deal with the conflict. So not sure, but I guess we'll find out more details. All right, and speaking of father and son, Damon Wayans and Damon Wayans Jr. are starring in a father-son comedy on CBS. The network is putting together this untitled show. It's co-written by Damon Wayans, the elder Damon Wayans, and Kevin Hench from Last Man Standing. And so there'll also be executive producers of the sitcom as well.
Hilarious.
So the comedy is going to feature Damon Wayans as Papa. He's a radio mogul who is happily divorced and has to prepare his son, Damon Wayans Jr., who has no motivation to be his best self before he turns 40.
Man, that has the potential to be so hilarious, simply because Damon Wayans Sr. is one of the funniest people ever to walk the earth. Damon Wayans Jr. is very funny, too. If CBS gets out the way and lets the Wayans cook, oh, my God. I think I'll be watching that every week.
All right. Now, the Jasmine brand reports exclusively that Cynthia Bailey and Mike Hill have split. According to sources, they said that they've been separated for a while now, and everything between the pair is amicable. We're also told that they've already filed for divorce, but they really do love each other. It wasn't anything scandalous. It wasn't any cheating involved. It just didn't work out. They got married in 2020.
Damn, that's sad.
And
that's horrible, man. I hate divorce.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always easy for us to say, though, because we're not in the marriage.
That's true.
P-Valley star J. Alphonse Nicholson has gotten married to the love of his life, Nafisha. They got married on Friday after 6 years of dating, a 3-year engagement. They got married in downtown L.A. So y'all watch P-Valley, right?
No, but dropping clues bombs for that married couple.
Low murder. All right, now the reception also included a cannabis bar that was filled with pre-rolls from the Fonzie. It's a line that Jay created with Black-owned brand Ball Family Farms. So guests were able to try that out during the celebration.
I'm so scared of pre-rolls. Only because, because historically, throughout life, we were always taught, don't smoke nothing if you didn't see it get rolled up. And I'm a person who accidentally did smoke what we used to call a wooler one time, a blunt, a weed blunt laced with cocaine. So I just never smoked pre-rolls. So now it's just like pre-rolls are everywhere, but it's like
that was a time. But that was a time where you couldn't buy, cannabis legally. So now when you buy it legally, it's pre-rolled legally, so you know what's in it. You ain't got to worry about.
I'm with you. I'm just telling you how my past traumas is set up. You know what I mean? Like I was always taught, don't smoke nothing if you don't see it rolled up. So it's just like when I see the pre-rolls, I'm like,
grow up.
I guess it's different now, though, because before people were buying things, it wasn't in any way regulated. You were getting it from, who knows where it came from.
I totally understand things are different. I'm just telling y'all that's just how my brain is wired because of how we were taught growing up. That's all. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with the pre-rolls now.
And that is your front page news. Rumor report. Sorry.
All right. We got front page news next. What we talking about, Yeezy?
Yes, and let's talk about Nike. They are trying to regulate people who are resellers. We'll tell you what their things are that they're trying to do and actually enforce this time around.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Summer might be over, but TV's hottest night is just getting fired up. All American Monday is back. Mondays on the CW, catch all new episodes of the smash hit shows All American and All American Homecoming. Don't miss a minute of the back-to-back drama, Mondays only on the CW, or stream free next day on the CW app.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now, congratulations to that New York Yankees. Them New York Yankees, they beat the Cleveland, what are they, Cleveland Commanders? Cleveland,
I have no idea.
I don't know what they were the Indians. Cleveland something. But they beat them 4-1 last night, game 1 of the playoffs. All right, what else we got, Easy?
All right. Well, Nike has announced new penalties for resellers. And so the Wall Street Journal was talking about this, but Nike's new terms of sale include updated language pertaining to resale and to bot usage. Now, these policies have been in place for years. They were revised this month. There will be harsher penalties for those the brand determines purchase those items with the intention of reselling. Now they reserve the right to charge restocking fees, impose purchase quantity limits, flat out refuse returns, and also deny access to any of its stores. Previous sanctions that remain in place include the brand's ability to restrict sales, cancel orders, and suspend or close accounts of suspected resellers.
So what Nike is like, look, we the only ones who are gonna overcharge people for sneakers, okay?
Pretty much.
All right.
I mean, but it does make sense, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's a lot of people that love sneakers, like myself, and people love to wear sneakers. But a lot of times, you don't want to wait on lines. And people are hiring bots, and they're buying these sneakers for resale. And there's people that want to buy them. I see a lot of people doing that, where they're canceling accounts and even checking their history before they release sneakers. They're doing it with cars now. They're doing it with of course, Yeezys and Jordans. I think it's about time.
Yeah, it's hard for people to get stuff at retail price, and then you end up paying like way more when you have to go that way, and then something drops and 5 minutes later it's sold out. You can't even get it. All right. Now, maternity care is also getting harder and harder to access in the U.S. According to a new report, more than 2 million women live in maternity care deserts. So there's a nonprofit organization, and that is actually focused on improving the health of pregnant people and babies. More than a quarter of countries in the U.S. have no obstetric hospitals or birth centers, and no providers, no obstetricians, no gynecologists, and certified midwives or nurse midwives. And these areas are maternity care deserts. That figure is an increase from 2020. And so, like we said, that means 2 million women of childbearing age in the U.S. live in maternity care deserts. So nearly 7 million women live in areas with little to no access to maternity care, mostly in the South and in the Midwest, according to this report.
That's horrible.
Now, they also pointed out that Black, Hispanic, and Native American women are also disproportionately impacted by the lack of access to maternal care. 1 in 4 Native American babies and 1 in 6 Black babies are born in areas with no or limited access to maternity care services. Therefore, as we've known, communities of color are disproportionately impacted by this crisis. And it's not just an issue of access, but an issue of quality as well.
So you get rid of Roe v. Wade, you want to ban abortions everywhere, but you won't even put money into facilities to help these people deliver healthy babies?
Seems pretty backwards. All right, and student loan forgiveness, that process, according to the White House, will be easy. They did release a sample application so people can see what the process is like. They said it's very straightforward, but resistant to fraud. All right, they have still not signaled when the loan cancellation applications will be available online. They did say that it will be sometime this month. So at first they said it was early October, that's passed, but it will be sometime this month. And they said borrowers, people who are eligible, should apply by mid-November to make sure that their loan amounts are canceled before repayments resume on January 1st of 2023. It's been a nearly 3-year pause during the COVID pandemic. And they said, please double check your contact information online to make sure you get timely updates when your application is ready. And they hope that people will be able to access their money within just a few weeks once they apply.
Didn't they do some rollback of the student loan forgiveness? Have they explained that to people yet? Like why they narrowed some of the eligibility for student debt cancellation?
Well, that's because they were facing some lawsuits. So they were saying, I think originally what it was is depending on the type of grant you got. If you didn't have they did explain it. They explained it when it happened.
Okay, because I don't know if that message went out as loud as the student loan debt cancellation message did. So I don't want people who think that they're, eligible for this to have their heart broke, because they didn't see the second announcement where they scaled back some of the student debt relief. That's all.
Yeah, and that has to do with private banks providing loans, and those banks were preparing to sue. So there were some pending lawsuits. So they want to make sure that this money does get to as many borrowers as possible and as quickly and as easily as possible. I don't think their intent was to roll it back, but it was because of that.
Yeah, because I saw it. I did see the message where the education department said that a subset of federal student loans owned by private lenders, no longer qualify for relief. So like I said, those kids who did qualify, but now they don't. I don't want them to get their heart broke because they didn't, know that the Biden administration scaled back some of the student debt relief because of the legal concerns.
Now, the program is expected to apply to 43 million Americans, and 20 million could have their debt completely wiped out, according to estimates from the White House. All right, and that is your front page news.
All right. Now, when we come back, Freddie Gibbs will be joining us. Now, Freddie Gibbs has a new project out right now. What's the name of the project?
Soul Sold Separately.
Soul Sold Separately. So we're going to kick it with him, and there's a lot going on with Freddie Gibbs, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
I'm not used to seeing him like this either.
How's this?
He got record label people with him, like major.
Yeah,
I'm like, hey, Ron Stew with him. He drinking wine.
Got to level up, man.
There you go. Freddie Gibbs, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you,
Welcome, brother. How you feeling?
Feeling great. Feeling real good, man.
Soul Separately out right now.
Yes, sir.
This is your first solo major label deal? That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's my first major album that I put out, period.
What made you decide to do that now?
Lambo, my manager, really, to be honest.
It was supposed to happen before.
Yeah, and my partner, Norvay, you know what I'm saying? Like, he been trying to, sign me to a major for a long time, man. So, it just worked out perfect this time. That's it. It was just a good business move.
What can they do for you that you weren't already doing for yourself? You already been nominated for Grammys.
I mean, it looked good. You know what I'm saying? Like you see it. You noticed the change when I walked in the room. So I mean, it's definitely extras on everything we doing right now. You know what I mean? Like, I got a record added at radio. I ain't never been that. I ain't never had none of that. Top 20 Billboard release. I ain't never had that. So there's definitely changes been made.
And sometimes it's nice not to have to do everything yourself.
That too.
And pay for everything yourself.
That too. It's always good to eat on their dollar.
Absolutely.
For sure.
You got a lot going on, Freddie Gibbs. By the way, I think the album is pretty amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Your music is never in question. Like, people know you make good music. Right?
Yeah.
But it's everything else that comes with it is probably what they question.
They don't question. They just
they don't question.
Have questions about.
But sometimes
questions about it.
That comes with being very honest. A lot of times people censor themselves about things that they might say.
I mean,
and you haven't really.
I mean, I'm from a small town, man. You know what I mean? So it's like, it ain't hard to beef with me. You know what I mean? So I feel like, a lot of people take offense to stuff I say and things I do, but you got to do something about it. You got to deal with me. Y'all gonna feel me till they kill me. So it is what it is. I ain't tripping on that.
So why is the joke though? Because people,
I'm a comedian, man.
I don't mind the jokes. The jokes ain't shit. The jokes ain't nothing. The jokes is light. That's the violence. The jokes ain't nothing.
Oh, I don't initiate the violence. I just do what a man would do and just handle himself in certain occasions. I ain't never initiated no violence on no rapper. And, if I did, you wouldn't know about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done had problems with people, you know what I'm saying, that went way too deep, but I don't need to,
publicize.
Yeah, I don't need to publicize it. I think that, like, a lot of these guys that had issues with me, they come in the fight with camera crews, you know what I'm saying? Like, we in the clout era, so it's like, they think they thought it was a free pick, so they just want to, do what they got to do to get their clout up. But I don't got to do nothing like that, you know what I mean, to get no clout up, because like you said, the music speaks for itself, my brother. You know what I'm saying? We leave street stuff in the streets. I don't even get into that.
You said something on the album that was interesting, and I wondered, because I never thought about it, but you said you make people feel good about coming from Gary, Indiana.
Yes, sir.
And I was like, well, damn, I never thought about what impact did the Jacksons have on young black kids coming from Gary. I don't know.
I mean, it was definitely motivation to see the biggest musical family come from right around the corner where you from. But, it wasn't really like a direct, tangible impact. You know what I mean? But it's hard, man. You know what I mean? Like Gary's it's a tough place to be from. You know what I mean? And I don't go back enough. You know what I mean? Because I got stuff that I got going on and I'm trying to pursue. So I feel like I'm in a position now where I could go back and make changes, but I wasn't in the beginning of my career because I was still trying to get to where I needed to be.
I can see how you're more relatable than a Jackson is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Early on, you didn't like that, right? You didn't like the fact that people would say, from the same place as the Jacksons.
Yeah, because you said that at the Double XL show. I remember that. I was mad that I was like,
that's what made me not like you. You know that, because I didn't like you for a long time.
I ain't like you
You
either.
didn't, wait, y'all didn't like each other over that? This is so sad. I did not know this.
I've never heard you say that in my life.
I'm gonna tell you. So it wasn't actually Double XL. It was MTV.
Was it MTV?
So when we had the show on MTV, you know how MTV writes the scripts. So on the teleprompter says, from Gary, Indiana, the same home of the Jackson 5 and Michael Jackson, Freddie Gibbs.
No, don't do it, Envy.
What was it? Tell me, because they wrote it out. What was it?
They wrote it out. And that's the way it was read. That's the way it was written. But you ain't say it like that.
What'd he say?
You said like, Gary, Indiana, home. You was cloudy.
I can imagine. I believe you, Freddie. I know this. I believe you. I believe you.
So I took offense to that, but we cool over there.
So this is like mine. This is like 15 years
So
ago.
why you don't like him? Because you messed up.
Because when I didn't mess up. I said it the right way. When he got on stage, I ain't f***ing from Gary, Indiana. He said something else.
No,
I know he didn't say that. You just lied on him. I know he didn't say that.
It was something.
I know Freddie ain't. That's all he does is say he's from Gary, Indiana.
No, it was something. I'm not from the. What did you say?
I said this light-skinned ass trip.
Word.
That's what I said.
Damn.
That's what I said. I said tripping, man.
So is this the first time y'all made up?
No, I've been on the show.
We've been up here 3 times.
And by the way, over a span of 13 years. That's why I'm shocked. I've never heard you say I like Freddie Gibbs. I've never heard that.
I got big love and respect for Envy. Even when he didn't like me, I still like him.
That was a long time. We spoke after that. It was a long time ago, but it was like 14 years ago.
This is the silliest beef I ever heard.
All his beefs are silly as
No beef.
This is silly.
I just didn't like something he said. Can I have my opinion not to like something?
I got beef with everybody, man.
I would say Envy's very sensitive. Would you consider yourself sensitive?
Nah, Envy light skin, man.
That's
you got a
right.
right to be sensitive.
That's
man.
right. He's a stereotype. He's a walking beige stereotype. That's all it is.
As soon as I walked in, I said, my light skinned brother.
That's right.
That's my brother.
Before that, we didn't spoke.
Now,
we always speak.
I do want to, along these lines, I do want to talk about some things you did say on the album, right?
Okay.
So you and Jeezy, you talked about your own immaturity in that situation.
Correct.
So what made you come to that realization? Because this was something that for years you've had, kind of a chip on your shoulder about it, but now you're like, you know what? I was immature. I wasn't ready. You even said you've listened back to some of those old songs.
Yeah.
And so
that was on Rabbit Vision.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just ready to just get past that in my career. You know what I mean? Like I didn't really, me and Jeezy ain't never had no like physical stuff or anything of that nature. So it's just like, we can, I can move past that. That was just a business disagreement.
Did y'all have a conversation? Because you said some wild stuff about Jeezy back in the day.
Nah, we didn't have a real conversation, but we seen each other and we, sometimes just, a handshake is worth 1,000 words. We shook each other's hand. He was with his wife, I was with my girl, and we just kept it pushing. We was in the airport, but I mean, the conversation can be had, but I don't even think if we need to, then cool. But yeah, I don't have nothing against none of that. You know what I mean? Like that situation definitely made me stronger and made me a better artist. So I pay homage to dude. Even when I wasn't with him, I was still bumping Trap or Die. Like I was, what I said, I was still listening to the music. So,
but it made you a boss.
Yeah, definitely. But I had to, I had to level up, man.
He said, I remember one time I had a conversation with him in an interview, and he said that it just really. You were upset because things didn't work out for you as an artist with him.
Correct. Like I said, it was just a bad, business disagreement.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't. I took it too far and made it personal, and that's where I messed up at. You know what I'm saying? But I did that really to, show younger artists, under me, that you can, you ain't no gangster unless you can keep your composure. And in that situation, I ain't keep my composure, and I let it, I let my emotions spill all over the place, and I shouldn't have did that.
All right, we got more with Freddie Gibbs when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Freddie Gibbs. Charlamagne?
What does the title Sold Separately mean?
This album is about taking risks, and life's a real gamble, and I've definitely taken a lot of risk in my life, man. So I just wanted to just get it out there, and like I said, this is my first major label album that I put out. So I was working on it since I got the Grammy nomination, and I was like, you know what, if I don't come with my best album this time, then I might not have another one. So I was like, all right, let me really focus. So I really got focused on this, you know what I'm saying, like extra focused on this.
You feel like more eyes on you now because of the Grammy nominated and the label, so now it opens you up to an audience you might not have had before.
Yeah, definitely. Like, man, I'm about to go on tour with the Gorillas. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm doing, you know, I'm just trying to just create my own lane in the game, man, you know. That's it.
And an actor, Down with the King. Congratulations on that.
Actor and producer. Don't forget that now. Like, I'm definitely a producer on that film as well. We took that to Cannes Film Festival. So acting is cool. It's great. But, you know, I want to attack the film world the same way I attack the music industry. You know what I mean? I want to create things. I want to, you know, I want to be the producer. I want to be the director. You know what I mean? I want to, you know, just, you know, not do more than just acting, you know?
You was really out there like farming and playing with animals.
Yeah, we really did do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, them animals was real too.
What did you learn from that experience? It was pretty funny and interesting to see you in that environment.
You know what, man? That was like playing that role and doing that thing was real therapeutic for me because I was really on that farm for 2 months. You know, like away from the rap game and all of that. And it, you know, it was COVID. So, you know, it was a real difficult time, even shooting a film during COVID. Everybody on the set got masks on, you know. I had a baby on the way at the time, you know what I mean? Like, I remember, hey, Teresa, how you doing? I had to shout out my baby mom. But she was going in labor while I was on movie set. And, like, it was COVID, so I couldn't go in the hospital to see the baby. It was just a real wild, tumultuous time, you know what I mean? But, you know, those times make you stronger, you know, as a family and everything.
You was on Bust Down.
A lot. Got a lot of kids. I ain't going for Nick Cannon record, but I'll get 3. Man. Just three. Okay. Nick Cannon got like 12 kids, man.
One of your children's mothers got really mad at you after this album came out because you named her.
Oh, it'd be like that, you know. People just get frustrated, you know. It'd be like that, you know. That was a time, but you know, I spoke to her about it before it came out and everything, and it was a decent conversation. And she didn't get mad after it came out. You know,
yeah, because the way you explained it probably is not the way it came out on the record.
Nah, not at all. I said word for word everything.
And she wasn't upset at all?
It is what it is, man. My baby mamas love me. I love them, man. It's all about raising the kids, man.
It probably hit different when the album come out.
It hit different when the album come out and everybody listens to
it.
They
hitting you, they hitting her. Yeah.
It is what it is, man.
Because you did say you're about to squeeze academics' titties. I love a fat bitch.
Yeah.
Where did that? Why? So you got to explain that segue.
We were just talking about his childhood.
I need to know your thought process for that segue.
I see why you don't like him.
I need to know your thought process for that segue, bro.
You talk about lines that you got to explain. You said I love a fat bitch, and then you talk about academics' titties.
Did you just call his baby mama fat?
No. I mean, my baby mom's not fat, but I do like.
I don't understand the segue.
So you're talking about lines that he has to re-talk about.
I do like fat bitches though. That's my thing. I do. Like, I just blew a kiss to Lizzo, but she didn't look at me.
Where did you blow a kiss at Lizzo?
I seen her somewhere, and then I seen a picture on the wall that I went in serious, and I was like, man, I want to meet Lizzo one day. Everybody giving Lizzo a hard time, man. They need to leave her alone, man.
You ain't met Lizzo yet?
Nah, I saw her before, and I was like, hey, and she just looked at me. I was like, get your ass out here.
Now, what's you and academics? Y'all just never gonna squash whatever y'all back and forth.
We can, man. It ain't nothing like that. You look, man. Academics is a person that I only see when I pick up my phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it ain't even like real. You know what I mean? It's like some internet troll thing. You know what I mean? But if I probably only seen him in person like one time. But yeah, I'm a sensible guy, man. I ain't stupid. Like, we could have a conversation. You know what I mean? No matter what you said. You know, as long as you don't put your hands on me, anything's fixable.
I didn't even see it, but I saw something yesterday. Somebody sent me something. I don't know where it started, but he was like, you only. What he said, you got beat up twice this year. You only sold half your records or something like that. Nobody checking for you. Leave Big Act alone.
That's all cap though. So I mean, you know, that's all cap. I mean, that's what academics do. Like I said, man, I got to pick up my phone to see academics. I don't see him out here. You know what I'm saying? So you know, he gonna push the narrative, you know, to his favor at all times, and he don't like me. So what am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? Like, somebody don't like you, you know, they ain't gonna say nothing nice about you, right? Or they ain't gonna say the truth about you. So he can keep, you know, spreading the falsehoods. I mean, he said my brother was a district attorney. My brother's a gynecologist. You know what I'm saying? Like, the top gynecologist in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm like, what are you talking like? So it's like, you know, like he gonna spread his own narrative. You know what I mean? He's like, man, your brother's a district attorney. He the feds. I'm like,
my brother's a top
gynecologist. My brother has a PhD. My brother. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't confuse that one. Yeah, I don't feel. That's why I don't feel no way about nothing that he say. I just be like, all right, man, okay, cool.
Would you ever do his show? Would you ever do his podcast?
I would. If he asked me to come on there, I'll do it.
I think that'd be a good one.
Yeah, we got a hit for 5 minutes, and then we can go do whatever we
5 minutes first, and then
we go 5 minutes. Then we can do whatever we need to do.
I never could understand how somebody could not like Freddie Gibbs. I mean, I get people get sensitive though if you say something about them, so I understand that part of it.
Yeah.
But
It's always his jokes.
But you
that-
do have jokes.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know where none of this started, Freddie. I don't know where this shit with Benny started. I don't know where this shit with Jim started. I have no idea how any of this
Yeah, what
started.
happened with
I
Jim
even saw
Jones?
Benny recently saying that it just went too far.
What happened with Jim? Like, you always in New York. Y'all ran by each other millions of times. Like, that was weird, I thought.
I'm still in New York, despite whoever got an issue with me. You know, thinking about to give me a crib out here too. So, you know, I don't really.
Where
you
did
know,
the issue start from? Jokes? Was it the jokes or?
I don't know, man. I let street shit stay in the streets, and you know, I don't got no problem with nobody that's like, you know, doing better than me. So it's okay. I don't really worry about that. I let all the hate come from the bottom and just, you know, deal with it how it come with. You know, it is what it is. But people know who I am and what and who I'm with. So.
Did y'all really get into a tussle in Miami?
It was some stuff.
Furniture moving?
It was some furniture moving, but like, ain't nobody really get it was like a food fight or something like that. It wasn't nothing crazy.
That's an expensive food fight in that restaurant.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing crazy like that. Ain't nobody get like, you know, up to that point. You know, it ain't nothing that you know, people can't move past. We grown, man.
Do you feel like any of that overshadowed your artistry?
Nah, not at all. It just made y'all talk about me more, and my music is good, so it don't even matter.
like you're still getting all the great guest appearances. You know who I loved on the album? Raekwon.
Yeah,
Anderson .Paak. That
was
song.
a great one.
Yeah,
That's one of my favorite songs. That one and Rabbit Vision. I
yeah,
think
just
are my
to
two.
you know to get guys like Raekwon, Scarface.
Scarface. How you convince Scarface to get back rapping?
That's my dog.
Yeah.
You know, me and Scarface real close, and that ain't the first collab we did. He collabed with me on Pinata. So it's like, you know, I look up to him. You know, I got a great relationship with guys like him and Bun B. You know, they was like some of the first, you know, big name features that I did coming in. So it's like they sharpened me up. You know what I mean? So I'm always gonna pay homage to Brad. You know.
And DJ Paul.
Man, that was crazy. That was a crazy
That was
studio
exciting.
session. I love DJ Paul. You know what I'm saying? Like that was because when I was telling somebody this, like when I was recording the album, I was in a real dark space. And that session really like brightened everything up. When he came in, he was just like happy and like the song was fun, and it was just like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Because like you said, I was going through a lot of stuff, getting in fights, getting into it. You know, I had street stuff going on, homies getting killed. You know what I'm saying? Like legal stuff. You know, and I was putting all of that into the record. And then when DJ Paul came in there, he like really like cheered me up, man. He really like lifted my spirits to help me finish the album, you know what I'm saying, in the correct fashion.
Is that how you get out of the dark space? Is it through music?
Definitely. Music is therapeutic for me. Like, I don't really, you know, I hear you talk about therapy all the time, but I don't really like therapy like
You
that.
tried it, right? You said
Yeah,
it.
I tried it. I ain't really like it, man. My therapist was cute, too, so I couldn't get past.
So you flirting, though. See, she
Yeah,
trying to get in
yeah.
your mind and you flirting.
But I don't like talking to dudes, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, I was like, all right, man, let me get out this therapy and just go make another album. So, you know.
But there's other ways to heal, though. Like, therapy is not the only way.
True. I might do like I did in the movie and just take a hiatus and just kick it,
Go on
you
a
know what I'm
farm.
saying? Yeah, go on the farm, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know, switching up the environment, man. Rap it get kind of redundant sometimes, so you gotta like, you know, find other inspiration so you can like keep doing it. And I've been doing it for a long time.
All right, well, don't move. We got more with Freddie Gibbs when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Everybody, it's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Freddie Gibbs. Charlamagne?
That was the biggest thing for me because it felt like, you know, it felt like self-sabotage. I didn't know what was going on, but I'm like, damn, I see Freddie on Bust Down. I see Freddie on Power. He's Grammy nominated. So why the street now?
You know, like,
No, I know you come from that, but why
yeah,
now?
I wasn't, you know, I was chilling, man. All the incidents you see, I was just eating with my girl, man. I wasn't, you know, I don't think that I don't go out, you know, trying to start nothing with nobody, but I gotta handle my business. You know what I'm saying? Like in any of those situations, you would have did the same thing I did.
No, I'd have said security. He
wouldn't
hand him my business.
But it was unexpected.
Well, I like to fight, so you know what I'm saying. So
He would have DoorDash.
I like to hit, so we can hit. You know what I mean? If you want to hit, then we can hit. I ain't ever gonna back down from that. You know what I mean? And like I said, in those incidents, I had my girl with me.
Yeah,
So
but
I
the
ain't
one
about-
in Buffalo could have been bad.
You even said you
either
heard
time,
hit him.
Either time could have been bad. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, like y'all like everybody like naming like these rappers and stuff like that. But ain't no rapper ever hit me. Ain't none of them ever did nothing. They gotta like, you know, I'm not no little guy. So you ain't about to just like run up on me. You gonna think twice when you know. I mean, I ain't Deontay Wilder or nothing like that. But you ain't
you
gonna,
just saw him.
Yeah, I just see him. I was like, damn, you just gotta be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna think twice before you run up on me to, you know, do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to get reinforcements, and that's what everybody got to do in every case. You know what I'm saying?
Why not have security?
We got it. You know what I'm saying? We got it. But you know, I'm a man at the end of the day, man.
Bro,
does this ever prevent you from getting like situations like shows, or does it prevent anything like endorsement deals? Are people like, I don't know, it's a little risky?
Not at all. Not at all. I got my own wine. You want some?
I'm drinking some.
It's hard. So,
yeah,
you know, ain't nobody preventing nothing. That thing going real
bro,
smooth.
you
for us,
gotta.
you know? If anything, they stopping themselves.
In one of your posts, you said you heard, you know, somebody saying hit him.
Yeah.
You know, with the hammer, and you know that gotta make you think. Like, you know, you got kids, like.
And the fact rappers is getting killed out here all the time. Not just rappers, black men, period.
So you gotta think about that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because you know, like you said, it could be somebody that's about that life or somebody that's dead scared.
Right.
And either one of them is, you know, it's a scary
dangerous
situation.
True. I've been in way worse situations than that, though. I'm gonna tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? But I just handled it accordingly. So I mean, what can I do? You know, I can't control if I can't make everybody like me, and I can't control if you bring 30 people to a restaurant with a camera crew to try to like humiliate me, but you end up losing.
But you was in Buffalo, though.
Yeah, and I ain't worried about nobody in Buffalo.
I would have stayed in the hotel, do your show, go home.
Nah, I ain't got to do that, man. Plus, that day, it was like a shooting in the city and stuff like that. And, you know, I was just chilling. I was around the corner from the show. I did what I had to do. You know, they did what they had to do. And I did my show. Like, ain't nobody stopping my money or none of that. Ain't nobody going to stop me from doing nothing. So, it is what it is. I'll be back there next year to do a show.
Can that be reconciled?
I don't know. You want some wine?
What's your infatuation with rabbits?
I'm the biggest rabbit there is, man. Shout out to my big homie Kenny Shine, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Lords, you know what I'm saying? You already know how we rockin', man, with the rabbits. You feel me?
No, I don't. I don't know what that is. Now I think I get it. Now that you said that, I'm like, oh, okay.
Shout out to the big homies, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm just chilling, man.
On Grandma's Stove, you know, you talk about, I think your dad dealing with stomach cancer.
Yes, sir.
Your thoughts of suicide, issues with your family. How was it unpacking all those emotions?
That album was like a suicide note, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? So it's better that stuff like that go on a record instead of like a real suicide note.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it was just, it was stuff that I had to get out. You know what I mean? Like, you know, shout out to my dad. He just beat his stomach cancer.
Word.
Oh, word.
You know,
That's dope.
Yeah, he got
Blessings.
taken out. He had
Absolutely.
that surgery. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that took a lot of prayer and a lot of, you know, patience. You know what I mean? And, you know, that was something that that had me depressed for a minute. Cause I'm like, I've been living in California so long, like, you know, I probably haven't had the closest relationship with my father the past 10 years, you know, on my musical journey. But, you know, that cancer scare kind of like brought us close, and I hated that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm talking to you more just because you sick. That's whack. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that definitely made me depressed for sure.
Was he a present father growing up?
Of course. Yeah, my dad's a great dad. Amazing father.
All right.
I think we forget about that sometimes. Like, we go on our own journey and forget.
Yeah,
we don't really
man.
think we forget. We just think a phone call is good enough. I think we all do that sometimes.
That ain't good enough, man. I gotta touch you.
Absolutely.
I gotta hug you. I gotta feel you. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, my dad was like, oh, man, it's just so difficult to see somebody go through that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, stomach cancer is crazy. You know,
still on
cancer
that-
period.
Well, thank God he's good. And
Yeah, he's good now. He's good. He just moved to Vegas. He lit. He's singing. He doing his thing. My dad in the Shy Lights. You know what I'm saying? He be doing his thing. He been doing that thing for a long time.
Your dad really in the Shy Lights?
Yeah, for real. Yeah, he traveling member with the group.
Stop the cap, man.
I'm not capping at all, man.
He one of the original Shy Lights?
He is he ain't one of the original Shy Lights.
Oh,
he in the group though. He in
Yeah.
the group and he doing his thing. But my dad like been dealing with music my whole life. He probably the reason I'm in music. He been like singing and doing all of that stuff and singing background for groups and things of that nature. Like he introduced me to rap.
Man, that's a dope ass family tree. Your daddy in the Shy Lights, your brother's a top gynecologist in Chicago.
My dad the
and you
same
a
age.
rapper.
My dad the same age as Michael Jackson. So Michael Jackson used to beat him in the talent shows when they was kids.
Man, stop! I don't know if you playing.
It's like Freddie sang a little on the album.
I'm not lying, man. Michael Jackson and my dad both was born in 1958. They both from Gary, Indiana. They was both two singing ass, and Michael Jackson could dance better.
Man,
That's why
I know your daddy got some funny ass stories.
I thought he was a police officer.
He got hella funny stories. Yeah. When I was a kid, he was, you know what I'm saying, like in the 80s. But after that, he was like, man, this. I want to sing because he kept seeing Michael Jackson being successful.
Cut it out, man.
It didn't work out for him, man.
Let Freddie sing a little bit on this
I'm
album.
the king of R&B. I thought y'all.
Yeah, I saw that before Kelly Price started singing on the first
Listen,
record.
I like how you started off the album with that song. Couldn't be done.
Oh,
That
yeah.
intro was amazing, and Kelly Price on the album was unexpected for
I
me.
had to
for
take
some
him to
reason.
church, man. I felt like I was in church when I made that song, man. Shout out to Norvay for getting Kelly Price on that. That was love, man. I appreciate her for that. Her voice was angelic on that.
You shouted out Dr. Umar on
You
it.
did.
I love Dr. Umar, man.
How can you not?
Yo, he's supposed to come up here this year. He didn't come up here yet this year. Right?
Why not?
He was mad at you for something though. Something
Yeah,
you
he was
said
mad. He
somewhere.
was mad at me because I went on. I was with Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
and me and Mike Tyson was talking about like white women and interracial dating, and he was like, "Oh, nah, brother Freddie Gibbs, you can't do that. You can't be, you know what I'm saying?" So, he got real man. I really want to meet because like when I was locked up, I was like reading like a lot of Umar stuff, and it was like I was like, man, when I was in Europe in jail, I wrote him a letter. He ain't write me back though. He probably don't even.
He get a bunch of letters,
He might not
man.
have got that. He would have wrote you
Man,
back.
Donations
if I
and
would have sent him a
letters.
donation, a coupon, or a gift, he would have wrote back. You know what I'm saying? So like, don't.
So you wrote him what the letter said when you wrote him?
I just told him that I, admired his mind and, you know what I'm saying, was really paying attention to what he was saying. You know what I mean? I don't agree with everything he say, but, but that's like anything. But I really admire Dr. Umar for real.
He want to know why all your rabbits white.
Not all of them. We like all colors, man. We like all shades. White, black, Asian, all of that, man. Come on, man,
I want to go back to the stomach cancer thing because on the album, I think you said that it makes you think about your own dietary issues and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. That's a hereditary thing. Like after my dad got diagnosed with stomach cancer, I went and got checked immediately, colon, all of that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And black men, we got this scared of the doctor mentality. You know what I mean? And I figure,
Especially for that colon.
Right.
That
I think if
colonoscopy.
my dad had been like doing this stuff at my age, he probably could have prevented that. But thank God that we got that out the way and he moved past it.
I got a colonoscopy consultation today.
They going to your butt.
Yeah.
Well, not today. Today's the
can't wait.
consultation. But they will.
I got mine today too.
For real?
Mine is at 3.
I hope we're not going to the same
that'd be
place.
funny
I
if
pray
you
to
go-
God we ain't in the
Wait,
same
y'all are
place.
both going
Mine
to
is today
the
at 3.
I'm not saying what
Are
mine
y'all
is,
doing
but
this
it's around
like
that time.
mutually?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this: you don't feel it.
It's not. We're not getting the thing today.
they
It's
just
just
talking to us
consultation.
about
Wait,
it.
Freddie, hold on.
I actually
Please don't
did.
tell me you didn't feel it.
You don't feel it.
Oh, here come the
They
joke.
drug you or something, or they just lube you
Yeah,
up?
they
dude?
drugged the out you, man.
Yeah,
Like,
because you pass out. Yeah,
I went in
yeah,
that
yeah.
drunk anyway. I was like,
Get
hey
some
man,
wine.
y'all gonna do this?
Now, before you do this, let me have some
Yeah,
wine.
I was drinking wine the whole time, but no, they knock you out with.
You're not supposed to drink before you get the
They give you
colonoscopy.
something to drink, I thought.
Yeah, but not alcohol.
I was drinking my own. I had to. Hey,
Y'all should have like colonoscopy parties.
Hush your noise, please.
Like,
Listen, what's she talking about?
but they give you good drugs, man. You gonna go right to sleep. I was thinking like I was real scared. I was like, man, my butt gonna be hurting when I wake up. It wasn't none of that. It was all good. I went home. They was like, yo, you just can't drive after. Just have somebody.
Yeah,
drive.
somebody with you, yeah.
have somebody with me. I had somebody with me, and I was doped up all day. I was good, man.
Oh, can
That's
you get
good.
right on the plane after?
You ain't had no
Like,
problems, right?
No, I had no problems.
Okay,
I was
okay.
good. I was free and clear. I was clean. He was like, man, you're a very healthy individual, sir. I was like, thank you.
Absolutely. Well, let's get into the joint right now.
And stay out of trouble, Freddie, man.
CIA.
Is that the record you really want to play? I don't know if that's the record you want to play for.
I said, what you want to play?
Oh, I don't know what this.
Pick a record.
Y'all, hey man, what? Too
Look at
much.
Ron.
Ron
Look at Ron.
still wants to play the radio record.
Ron said too much.
There you go. Too much future money down. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Kendrick Lamar.
Rumor report. This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on the Breakfast Club.
Well, Kendrick Lamar is on the cover of W Magazine. It came out yesterday, and some of the things that he talks about is why he feels like this album is different from his other albums in different ways. He said the other albums got a lot of accolades, the Pulitzer, the Grammys. He said this one is the reward for humanity for me. That's the beauty. That's the best feeling I've been getting. It's like when I be talking to some of my partners that never was able to express themselves and communicate. They only knew how to communicate with violence. And for them to call up their moms, call their pops and say, you hurt me. And this pushed me to go stay with my grandma, which my grandma pushed me to stay with my homies, which the homies pushed me to. For them to be able to express that and have that communication is rewarding for me. He also talked about the vulnerable and confessional content. He said a lot of times we play with the idea of unconditional love and don't necessarily know if it's real until you feel it. My children allowed me in their development as human beings, beginning to walk and talk, to remove my ego, to know that my children too will have their own independence. That allows me to understand the unconditional unconditional love on my end? Will I allow them to be themselves? Will I allow them to journey off in the world and experience life for what they know of? That's love to me. And when I look at that, I try to apply it with how I express myself, how I look at my career, and how I meet other individuals. Am I allowing them to be themselves without any judgment? My children have taught me that.
Let me tell you something. I've already told y'all this is the most important hip-hop album of all time, and you may not realize it now, but you will later. This album is a soundtrack for healing. It's a soundtrack for therapy. It's a soundtrack for brothers who are out here doing the work on themselves, for brothers who want to invest in their mental wealth. I love Kendrick Lamar's album, Mr. Morales and the Big Steppers.
Now, he also said when he finished the album, he said, I may or may not put this out. It's way too much. But then he decided to do it. He said, I'm a private person. It was tough for me. The reason why I had to make that decision, whether they was for or against it, I just didn't want the influence. I could have cut corners and got flashy with it and worded my words a certain way, but he had to be in the rawest, truest form he could possibly be.
Oh, I can totally understand why he felt that way.
That's the cover of W Magazine.
Yeah, I can totally understand why he felt that way, because when you listen to the album, it sound like you're listening into one of his sessions with his therapist. So I can totally understand. It feels that raw and that vulnerable. So salute to Kendrick. Drop on the clues bombs for Kendrick Lamar. I love this album.
All right, now Paris Hilton did an article that was published by the New York Times, and she talked about the staff members at Utah's Provo Canyon School. She said they would forcefully perform cervical exams on her and other female students. And here's what she had to say about these exams. And during the video interview, you could tell she was very emotional. It's not the first time that she's talked about it, but she said it is definitely sexual abuse. And at first, she did not discuss it, but now she's being a lot more open.
I was verbally, mentally, and physically abused on a daily basis. Every time I would use the bathroom or take a shower, it was monitored. At 16 years old, as a child, I felt their piercing eyes staring at my naked body. I was just a kid and felt violated every single day. This is unconstitutional, degrading, and terrifying. Children were restrained, hit, thrown into walls, strangled, and sexually abused regularly at Provo. I could not report this because all communication with my family was monitored and censored. And what is disgusting is the program doesn't just censor communication with family, but also with the entire outside world.
Yeah.
All right. When she was 16 years old, her parents actually sent her to that school because of her rebellious nature. She was there for 11 months before she went back home. And she talks about this in her documentary. This is Paris painting a larger picture of the problems she had in her youth, her traumatic experience at that boarding school. She said it was supposed to be a school, but classes were not the focus at all. From the moment I woke up until I went to bed, it was all day screaming in my face, yelling at me, continuous torture.
Damn. Sorry she had to go through that.
Mm-hmm. And she's been working with lawmakers to push through legislation that included the troubled teen industry law that was signed into law in 2021. That was to put more government oversight on Utah's youth residential treatment centers. And so that's something that she's been focused on.
Is this facility still around?
Now, I will say that they did reach out to them for a statement. And so the school did provide a statement. And what they did say, and this is to E! News, they said the boarding school was sold by its previous ownership in August of 2000. And they said what we can say is the school provides a structured environment teaching life skills, providing behavioral health therapy, and continuing education for youth who come to us with pre-existing and complex emotional, behavioral, and psychiatric needs. And so I guess what they're saying is, you know, they sold the school, it's different ownership, and they did acknowledge there are individuals over the many years who believe they were not helped by the program. We are heartened by the many stories former residents share about how their stay was a pivot point in improving and in many cases saving their lives. So that's a statement from the school. All right. Well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report. Coming up next, Charlamagne, you have Donkey of the Day.
Oh, yes, indeed. 4 after the hour, man. I don't know what's going on out here with adults thinking that they can, you know, just physically assault kids. But we're going to talk about it 4 after the hour. We need a guy named David Taylor to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with him. He's from Florida, by the way.
All right. Donkey of the Day next, The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Our Audible pick of the day is I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. It's her funny and heartbreaking story about her relationship with her mother, complicated grief, and stardom. Start listening when you sign up for a free 30-day trial at the home of storytelling, audible.com/Breakfast Club.
Rocking a flamingo.
It's the Breakfast Club, bitches. Donkey of the day with Charlamagne the God. I don't know why y'all keep letting him get y'all like this.
Well, Duval, donkey of the day for Wednesday, October 12th goes to a 41-year-old Pensacola, Florida man named David Taylor. Now, what does your Uncle Charla always tell you about the great state of Florida? Repeat after me. The craziest people in America come from the Bronx and all of Florida. Furthermore, I'm starting to realize 40-plus-year-old people in Florida, especially amongst the Caucasian population, they look like 70-somethings. Okay, especially the men. My God. When I see these mugshots of 40-something-year-old white men in Florida, they all look like Golden Girls. And not even season 1 of Golden Girls, like season 4 or 5. Matter of fact, let me not even disrespect Dorothy and Rose and Blanche and Sophia like that. Y'all didn't look as old as 40-something-year-old white men in Florida. But anyway, David Taylor was locked up and charged with cruelty towards a child and disorderly conduct. Well, what did he do exactly, Uncle Charla? What did those charges entail? Well, let me tell you. According to the arrest report, David Taylor was seen by deputies arguing with coaching staff at a Little League football practice being held at Longleaf Elementary School. I said Little League football practice in an elementary school. Why was he arguing with the coaching staff? Well, the argument began because David Taylor witnessed his son getting overpowered during a one-on-one tackling scrimmage by another 9-year-old player. I'm pretty sure that's how tackling scrimmages work when they're one-on-one. Somebody's going to get the best of the other person. So David Taylor, big grown 41-year-old ass, took his son's helmet, put it on his head, then got into a football kneeling stance. You know the stance I'm talking about. Hut, hut. Did that in front of the other 9-year-old and charged head first into that 9-year-old's chest. Then David Taylor grabbed the 9-year-old by the arms and pushed him several feet. Then that's when coaches intervened and began arguing with Taylor. Let me tell you something. There should have been no arguing with David Taylor. David Taylor needed his ass beat in that moment. Okay, where was this 9-year-old's daddy? Okay, where was his uncle, his big brother, somebody to come put hands on David Taylor? Okay, where was Florida mom with the gun? Everybody in Florida got a gun. Folks in Florida treat their guns the way the rest of the country treats their smartphones. They feel naked and helpless without them. I wish mama was there with a gun and would have shot David Taylor. I didn't say kill him, but you're playing with my child. What happened to do unto others as you would have them do unto you? Why do we live in an era where adults think it's okay to do things like this to kids when they know they wouldn't stand for another adult doing that to their children? And why do adults like David Taylor not fear the repercussions and consequences of what could potentially happen if they put their hands on someone's child? This is just so random. We talked about it yesterday when we was discussing the situation with T.I. and his son. If you ask me what I would do to someone if they did something like this to my child, the answer is simple. I don't know. Okay, I ain't no killer, but don't push me. And nothing is going to push a parent further than someone messing with their child. Now, let's talk about the obvious. You mad because somebody overpowered your child in a one-on-one tackling scrimmage? Sir, you do realize that's the whole point of a tackling scrimmage, right? It's football, a contact sport, a very dangerous, rough contact sport. If you are a parent who can't stand to see your child get hit, then maybe, just maybe, you shouldn't let them play football. Okay, that's like letting your child be a swimmer because you love Michael Phelps and you want them to be the next Michael Phelps, but you get mad at the swim instructor for letting your child get wet. You letting your child box because you want him to be the next Floyd Mayweather, but you complaining that his opponent is punching him. I truly don't understand society anymore. I feel like I grew up in a much simpler time, or maybe the adults around me saw all this crazy stuff going around and kept it from us. I don't know. But nobody can tell me any good reason for David Taylor to do what he did to this 9-year-old child, because there is no logic to it. You know why it's no logic to it? One word, 2 syllables, maybe 3, depending how you pronounce it. Flo-Rida. Please give David Taylor the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. Ooh, you are the donkey
Strange world we live
All
in,
right.
people. Very strange
Very
world.
strange. Well, thank
We
you
got
for that
Ask Ye coming up
donkey
next.
of the day.
Thank you, Yee.
Yes,
We
call
got
us
Ask
up
Ye coming right?
800-5. Yeah, we keep on. Look, we messing up today. All right. Envy left to go do an event. So, yes, call me up right now if you have any questions. You need some help with things. It could be relationships, friendships. It could be work. 800-585-1051 is the number. Call us up and I got you.
Need relationship advice? Need personal advice? Just need real advice. Call up now for Ask Ye. Keep it real.
All right. It's the Breakfast Club and we are doing Ask Ye. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, good morning. This is Drew from Brooklyn. How you doing, Yee?
What's up, Drew from Brooklyn? What's going on?
Not much. I just needed a little bit of advice. You know, my wife and I, we've been married for 2 years. We have our second anniversary coming up. We've actually been together for 3. We've got one baby. He's 1 year old. But our anniversary is on the 20th, and we had plans to go to Puerto Rico. Then the hurricane hit, so we're really not going to be able to do that. And now I'm kind of on a budget. You know, a lot of things have come up as far as bills and everything, and she's kind of expecting like this whole like beachy vibe and this whole like grand thing. And I'm on a tight budget here, and I just want to make sure we have a good time where we can still enjoy ourselves, but not spend too much money and charge up the credit card and, you know, put myself in a bad situation.
All right. Well, that sounds very practical of you. What is your plan, though? You going to travel or you going to stay home?
She's from Savannah, so I'm living in Savannah now. I'm from Brooklyn. So she likes to go to New York and, you know, kind of do like New York stuff. But those are things that I've done my entire life. So I'm just like, man, you want to go to New York? But I know I can show her a good time, but she's crying about the cold. And I'm saying it's really not that cold up there right now. I can afford New York, you know, but how can I do New York where it still gives her that wow factor, that, you know, happy anniversary, because she really wanted to be by the beach, and I don't really know what to do.
All right. Well, I think the best thing to do is to plan things out. And she knows you guys are on a budget, so she knows it's a practicality to this, but you know what your budget is, and you know how much she loves New York. It's not that cold in New York yet, so I'll say that. So you guys should be okay with that. But I think it depends on, you know, you got to get a nice hotel to stay in. I'm going to help you with that. And then you should take her to dinner. Maybe take her someplace nice like Brooklyn Chop House. You know, she'll love that. Maybe we can set up a nice dinner for you guys there. And then, you know, we love things like a spa day together. Maybe you guys can, get your massages, get pampered. You do some special things for her, and she'll love that. I think anything thoughtful. And then if you stay in the area, you can also do something fun. Like maybe you guys do like a bowling night. Maybe you can go see MJ the Musical on Broadway.
Yeah, well, she really wanted to do Broadway. That's a great idea.
Yeah, so I think just planning those things out. Hold on the line. I'm going to get your information, and I'm going to see if I can help you out with planning some of these things so that you can really surprise her.
Yeah, that'll be great. Thank you so much, Yee. I appreciate it. You're the best.
Yeah, because I think I can get some connections for you with some of with some of these things. But when I tell you MJ the Musical, amazing play. You guys will absolutely love it. I think that's a great idea.
Word.
And it shows you're listening. She wants to go see a Broadway play. You guys have a nice dinner. You could do something fun like go bowling, just a variety of things. But I think you being thoughtful and having an itinerary put together will mean a lot to her.
Yeah, because I had an itinerary put together, and it's just not working out, and now I'm kind of freestyling it. But, you know, she's been working hard all year, and I don't want to let her down, you know?
Yeah, and you guys will have fun together. So hold on, I'm going to get your info.
Thanks, E.
Yes, that is Ask Ye. We are going to hook him up, okay? Because everything I named, I think I can help him with. So call us up, 800-585-1051, and I got you. It's The Breakfast Club.
I'ma keep it real with you.
Get some real advice with Angela Yee. It's Ask Ye.
What's up? It is The Breakfast Club, and we are in the middle of Ask Ye. 800-585-1051 is the number. Any type of advice you need, I'm here to help. Who is this?
This is Kiana.
Hey, Kiana. What's up, girl?
Oh, goodness, honey. I've been waiting to ask this question. Okay, I'm trying to make it quick because I know how it go. I'm married. Been married 10 years. My husband left a little bit over 2 years. Almost 2 years. Okay, he been gone. We got kids. He been unhelpful, kind of bitter. You know how men get, kind of bitter. But now he wants to come back home after 2 years of not helping. I'm just confused about if I should give him a second chance I don't know. What do you think? Like, what would you do?
Well, where did he go?
He moved to another state, like 8 hours away from us.
Just because he didn't want to be with you? Was he with somebody else? Had he given up?
He was. He did say he ain't been with nobody else, and you say he wanted to get himself together, like going through a midlife crisis. He's older than me, like 15 years older than me. I thought if I got an older man, maybe he'll be on top of his game a little bit, but
Kiana, what do you want to do?
The truth is, 2 years is a long time. I found somebody that I enjoy their company. They enjoy my company.
The risk in him and doing what he did is that you may have moved on because you weren't going to sit around and wait for somebody to handle their responsibilities. And so he took that risk, and you could have taken him back or you could have not. I don't think you should feel pressured to do anything. I think you should do what you feel like doing because you deserve that. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your kids to have somebody stable. Imagine you give up on what you have going on right now and he does the same thing to you again.
Yeah. But we ain't getting no divorce yet, though, and I'm not saying I'm not in love with him like that, I could say that. I've been thinking about it. It's just a love that you have for somebody that you been through so much with.
Mm-hmm. But Kiana, let me say, you don't have to do anything immediately too. Just take your time in making your decision. And the guy who you are talking to, I think you need to be honest with him so that he knows what's going on, because I can understand you wanting to make sure your family is back together. Like you said, you do have love for him. You guys have been through a lot, but you're not in love with him. And he would have a lot to prove to you before he could even get a chance.
Exactly. That's my issue. Oh, my God, girl.
What has he done to show you that? What has he done to show you that he's even serious or that things are different?
And seriously, the kids have done enough. They're so stressful. I'm just realizing that it's just going to take two people. And I don't bring anybody around my kids, like, anybody I'm dating around my kids. They need their dad. I got boys.
And, he can still be a father to his children, whether or not you guys are together. And he needs to prove that he can do that. Because I think the minimal of responsibilities, which he wasn't taking care of in these past couple of years, while you were holding it down, he needs to step up to the plate in that way first.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate you, girl.
All right. Well, Kiana, I wish you so much luck with that. That can't be easy for you. No decision that you make is a wrong decision. If you decide to take him back and that's what your heart tells you, that's on you. If you decide, look, I'm not in love with you anymore. You betrayed me so much. These past couple of years have given me some time to think and reflect, and it's not what I want. That's on you. You got to do what's best for you. That's how you'll be the best mom you can be and taking care of yourself.
Yes, ma'am. That's hot news right there.
All right, Kiana.
Thank you.
Well, main thing, tell him to take care of them kids, baby. He got to help out.
Yeah, that's stuff easier said than done, man.
I know. Well, let's see what he does. All you can do is see what he does. It's on him. He got a lot to prove to you. You ain't got nothing to prove to him. All right, well, that was Ask Ye. And coming up next, we do have the Rumor Report. We'll be talking about Kanye West, and we'll tell you what happened when he did an episode of The Shop. I guess we'll never get to see what's on that episode, but Marvitt breaks down what happened. Also, the Donda Academy, there's some footage that has come out, and you can see what's going on at that school.
All right, we'll talk about it when we come back. It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club.
It's time. She's spilling the tea.
This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
All right, well, Kanye West, because of the things he's been doing online and things that he's been saying, the hateful things he's been saying, that has prompted Kim Kardashian to have to beef up security for their kids. She's had to hire extra security at their kids' private school in California, and he's been repeatedly name-dropping that school as well. So they just want to make sure that individuals don't try to show up to school and pose any type of threats. Something you have to think about when you're doing these things.
That is ridiculous to put your kids' school's name out there like that. Like you've made them targets now.
Right, and Kanye, in the meantime, has opened up his Christian private school called Donda Academy. We told you about this before. Parents have to sign NDAs to have their kids attend. It's $15,000 a year, but it's not accredited, all right? Here's a video that's been surfacing where you can see the kids are singing Good Morning Donda.
Good morning, Ghana. 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 Good morning. Good morning, Ghana. Good morning, Ghana. Good morning, Ghana. Good morning, Ghana.
And in the video, you can see Kanye is there filming them.
That school is not accredited, and the founder of the school doesn't read. I'm not sending my kids there.
Well, a lot of people did. You can see there's a lot of kids at this school. It's crazy.
Child
I don't
actors.
know. All right. Now, Kanye also had done an interview with The Shop, and that's not going to air because he brought more hate speech and extremely dangerous stereotypes. Maverick Carter, who is the co-host of the show and, of course, CEO of Spring Hill Company, said that Kanye was booked weeks ago, and after talking to Kanye directly the day before we taped, I believed he was capable of a respectful discussion and he was ready to address all his recent comments. Unfortunately, he used The Shop to reiterate more hate speech and extremely dangerous stereotypes. We have made the decision not to air this episode or any of Kanye's remarks. While The Shop embraces thoughtful discourse and differing opinions, we have zero tolerance for hate speech of any kind and will never allow our channels to be used to promote hate.
Well, the reality is that's the Shop's fault for thinking that was a great idea to begin with. Like, if you see all these other platforms not allowing him a voice, why would you allow him one? And it's kind of strange to put out a press release on an episode that nobody even knew y'all shot. Like, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's a reason. Maybe too many people knew about it. It was going to come out at some point anyway. Maybe he thought Kanye would address it, and so you get ahead of it by giving the heads up.
Maybe.
And I was going to say, and Van Lathan also talked about it on his podcast where he said Kanye said that he loves Hitler and Nazis while at TMZ when he did that infamous clip of how slavery is a choice. And so they cut it out, though.
Yeah, they edited out him saying that he loves Hitler, but they kept in him saying slavery was a choice. So it's okay to say those things about, black people, but not about the Jewish community. That's what I take from that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, am I the only one who feels like Kanye is moving like a man who doesn't plan to be with us much longer? Like, because there's no logical explanation for any of this other than he knows he's going out, so he's going out in the blaze. Because this is self-sabotage at its finest, and it's sad to watch, but he's made these choices. He woke up one day and chose white supremacy. He woke up one day and decided to be a Nazi. That's on him.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him. I know they said sources close to him feel like he's having like the worst breakdown he's ever had. So who's to say? I can't even.
But do breakdowns lead to bigotry? Because if that's the case, then you're going to have a whole bunch of white supremacists. You're going to have a whole bunch of anti-Semitic people. You're going to have a whole bunch of racist, anti-black people saying that they too, suffer from mental illness. Like, does a breakdown lead to bigotry?
Well, Kanye's also been invited to the Holocaust Museum in Los Angeles. They want him to educate himself on the plight of Jewish people. And so the museum wrote an Instagram story, "Words matter and words have consequences. We urge you to come visit us at Holocaust Museum LA to understand just how words can incite horrific violence and genocide. The Holocaust started with only words that sadly begat stereotypes, racial and religious tropes, and blaming others, and led to the murder of 6 million Jews."
Man, well, I think he should do that, but I to me it sounds like he already has made he's chosen his side. He has chosen the side of white supremacy. If you decide to wake up and attack black people and Jewish people in the same week, you're a Nazi as far as I'm concerned. And I pray that the Yeezy slides don't become a symbol of hate, because those things are comfortable. You feel me?
Oh my God. Well, you can get some Crocs always. And now let's end this on a high note. Yeah, Crocs are popular for a reason. They use them in hospitals and everything.
I might try them out.
All right, Sade is working on a new album for the first time in over a decade. So I'm really excited for that. I love some Sade. And her last LP, Soldier of Love, was released back in 2010. And so now she's going to have some new music. So that's really exciting. She does what she wants when she wants. All right?
Does Sade really exist? Is she a real person? Like, I know we've seen pictures of her and stuff. She seems mythical, like a unicorn. Has anybody ever really seen Sade?
Listen, I'm just waiting for her to do a tour because I'm definitely going to that. Okay. And lastly, I want to shout out to Drink Champs. They have a new episode that is coming out, and this one features Takeoff and Quavo. Listen to Nori giving them their flowers.
That album is tough. I don't give a if don't let nobody tell you that's, and you're number one. You're number one right now. Number one. Okay, we want to literally give y'all flowers, brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Literally.
And you know I watch the show, man. I'm a fan of the show, so I know they don't die, do they?
No, come on.
Okay. Make sure you check out Drink Champs podcast on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network. I think that drops on Revolt tomorrow, though, right? The visual.
Yep, Thursdays on Revolt. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. All right, and so that's how we ended on a high note on the rumor reports.
That's right. And when we come back, Envy's gonna be lying to y'all about the People's Choice Mix. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you that you can call in and request a song because Envy's not even here.
What do I want to hear?
It doesn't matter. Unless you can look at his playlist and see something that is already playing. But the People's Choice Mix is up next. It's The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
When it's time to get with someone special, the best way to do it is with Magnum large size condoms. That gold foil wrapper is a badge of honor and it means you're protected. And you take care of things with comfort. Accept no substitutes. Bring the pleasure with the gold standard. Magnum large size condoms.
This morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee, DJ Envy. And I got to tell everybody out there, man, make sure you stream my late night talk show, Hell of a Week, on Paramount Plus. The latest episode is up there, but we tape a new episode tomorrow. So you can watch it live at 11:30 p.m. on Comedy Central right after The Daily Show, man. Get in tune if you haven't already, but you can catch up on episodes on Paramount Plus, and you can check out a new episode tomorrow at 11:30 p.m. right after The Daily Show on Comedy Central. Now, my positive note today is something that all you people who seek viral validation will never understand. I'm way more interested in how my life feels to me than how it looks to others. We'll see you tomorrow. It's The Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?